all just what an amazing darshan we all just experienced. Wow. This too beautiful and very powerful. Swamiji gave us all a very powerful revelation about how when you consciously access, get access to the source of the first person of you, you will realize that the source of the first person is not just your source, but he is the manifester of the whole Brahmanda. And Swamiji explained to be
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda
Nityanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nityanandam. So after this powerful satsang, darshan, where Swamiji has been revealing from past a few days about the Kailasa, the vision of Kailasa. Now it's time that we start manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. So let's get ready. Today we are manifesting the powers of third eye. So I request all the participants to have the eye band with you. We'll be displaying you the image on your screen. See through your third eye all the details, what is being revealed to you about the picture which is being displayed. So take few moments to put the eye bands on your eyes Meanwhile, when you are putting the eye bands on your eyes, let's go through the Stas Pramana. Of manifesting third eye. So all the participants, please put your eye bands on your eyes. Those who do not have the eye bands on your eyes, you can use a opaque object, opaque cloth. So the Sahas Pramana is Kapalantar Mano Yasya Tishtan Melidalochanaha Kramena Manaso Dharya Lakshaye Lakshamuttamam. By fixing the mind on the inner space within the ground center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Laksham, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with Paramashiva. So with this, now let's manifest the powers of Paramashiva. I hope all of you have already eye bands on your eyes. So those participants who do not have the eye bands on your eyes, please, I request all of them to put the eye bands on your eyes. So let's take a few minutes as you put the eye bands. Chant Mahavakya intensely. Vishayas Paramshya has come down as Bhagwan Nityanand from Kailasa. Drop all the identities, confusions, delusions that you carry. You are Nityanand Paramshya. Manifest the state of Paramshya, space of Paramshya, powers and being of Paramshya. So now, let's get ready. I'll be projecting the image on your screen. Let's scan through the third eye. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Now slowly, very slowly, you can relax and you can open your eyes and pen down what was revealed to you through your third eye. You can put your revelation in the Zoom chat, YouTube chat. So please go ahead and take a few moments as you pen down. Then we'll be verifying. I'll be projecting you the original image that was being projected. Ma Sugarendra has shared blue hills. Yes, so all the participants can start sharing their revelation. Do not hesitate to put your revelations. You can always go ahead. Now we have more participant shares. Ma Gyan Pradata has shared blue, white, ocean, white, then times, flies, transportation. Okay, so let's verify what was being actually projected. So as you can see here, it's a ocean, blue with the rays of light, and you can see the fishes of different colors. So blue is definitely the matching things, matching color and all of them, even the ocean, because all the master planners said that I like this picture. So good. Okay. So now let's move on to our next segment. As throughout the day, we are going through the sessions to complete with the past, rewriting the future. Now we'll be moving on to the next segment, which is anything is possible. Yes, when you are free from the past memories, past engrams, then anything is possible for your future. So here Bhagwan himself will be revealing the secrets, the deep secrets on this. So please be in the listening mode. As during when the Parameshwaram started, the first Swamiji told before entering into any sessions, we should be in the listening mode. Only then the program starts. So I request all the participants to be in the listening mode. And let's hear from Bhagwan himself.
Understand, take the power of rewriting your future in your hands. How world occurs to you, how you perceive the matter. Please understand, matter is not reality. How it occurs to you is reality. The good news is your occurrence can be changed. How it occurs to you can be transformed. The bad news is you are in a reality illusion. What you think as reality is not reality, it is illusion. It is the way the matter occurs to you. It is not fact. It is the way the matter occurs to you. Please listen. Your reality is the way matter occurs to you. Transforming, rewriting the world the way the world occurs to you. Rewriting the way the world occurs to you. Transforming the way the world occurs to you is what I call rewriting the future. When you complete with yourself and complete with others, the way the world occurs to you becomes different. When your root patterns loses power over your thinking, please listen, even if you discover your root pattern, you know whenever your default thinking starts, hey, it is because of my root pattern, I will not encourage this thinking. Even that is a great liberation for you. Once the root pattern completely disappears, that liberation is next. Even remembering, whenever your root patterns guide your thinking, saying, hey, I am not being driven by the petrol car, I am being driven by the bullock cart. I am not being driven by the, I am not being flied by the pilot who knows flying. I am being flied by some fellow who is in the workshop. You will know the difference. Please understand, rewriting your future. Look in. I tell you, continuously grace is flowing. Life means possibility of future. What is life? Possibility of future. But what are you doing? You seal it saying it is nothing new is possible. It is all going to be the repetition of the old. It means what? You denied yourself the possibility of life. Every decision you make for your future from the past pattern, you denied that component of life for yourself once for all. If you think creating wealth is difficult based on some your past failure, you have denied the possibility of wealth for you once for all. If you think health is not possible for you in the future due to your past diseases, you denied the greatest possibility of health in your life once for all. If you think enlightenment is impossible for you based on your past failures, you have denied the possibility of enlightenment once for all in your life. Understand, whenever you deny the possibility, you deny your future, you deny your life to you. Anything is possible. Rewriting your future starts with this clarity. Anything is possible. All your impossibility is the projection of your past into the future. Projection of your past into the future. Listen, don't deny the future. Don't deny life. Don't deny life because of past incompletions. If at all you have to put all your struggles in one direction, that is only in one direction, liberating your future from your past. rewriting your future. That's only direction you have to put your energy. That's only direction you have to put your effort. That's only direction you need to think, you need to work, you need to act. There are Puranas and Upanishads, sorry, not Upanishads, Puranas, which says that if you do this kind of sins, you will go to this kind of hell. I tell you, the greatest sin is brooding over about the happenings of the life, means not accepting the reality. See, reality as perceived by you is not the real reality. So if you want to know the real reality, you need to first accept the reality perceived by you as reality. That's the first way to open that sheath. See, Annamaya Kosha means the most grass level of reality you perceive. Means most disturbed, confused, chaotic reality which you perceive as happening. Please understand, if it is reported to you through media, it is one more worst layer. If it is happening directly in front of your Annamaya Kosa, that itself is complete chaos. And if it comes to you by somebody else's chaos, chaos through chaos. Understand? Even if it happens in front of you, that is the grassest reality you perceive. Accepting that and looking into it is the first layer, first step you need to do. To experience the reality, the ultimate reality. Have patience, the tremendous patience to look into it. First, accept, then have patience to look in. Don't react. Reaction is not going to help you. Accepting and looking in, looking in, looking in with deep patience. Reality will be realized as reality only by the deep acceptance and restful awareness. Your agitated mind, the angry mind, which goes on fighting with the reality presented to you. Please understand, the reality presented to you is surely not reality, but you fighting with it is not going to make you experience the reality. But the angered, perverted, agitated mind goes on fighting with the reality presented to you. No. You are basically an enlightened superconsciousness. But with that superconsciousness, you can make a flower do what you want. You can't make a stone do what you want. Understand? There's a big difference. With that super consciousness, you can just look at a flower, it will just blossom. You can just look at a person, he will just open up. Just one small look, the person is melting. But with that same look, you cannot melt the stone. That is not possible. A crude reality cannot be handled by the agitated or unacceptable mind. First you need is acceptance of that crude reality, chaotic reality which happens in front of you. Then restful awareness. Look in, look in, look in. You will see, layer by layer, reality opens to you. But any agitation, the crude reaction to the reality presented to you makes the wound big, and you carry it for ages, lives. That is what is called hell. The ultimate sin is not looking into reality. That is the ultimate sin. That is why you carry the wounds deeply. Please understand. Yesterday I was analyzing some more videos, researches, books on past life. Please understand, I am not supporting the caste system as it is available now or as we understand now. Of course, there were some misunderstandings happened, no doubt. But I tell you, some of the few things you need to understand. First thing, this is the system with minimum flaws. If you see the other civilizations, it is not that they did not have caste system. Every civilization has caste system, but their caste system is dependent on economical strength. But our caste system was dependent on the intelligence, the intellectual strength, the teachers and the people who do R&D. They were kept as the highest ladder, so that the constant amendment is possible. Please understand. Just because few mistakes have happened, you should not abuse the whole system. We should understand where mistake happened, why mistake happened, and use all the right things from that system. There are many right things. And another one thing, we go on talking that the basic theory of the caste system is human beings are not equal. Please understand, it is not theory. It was created in a very solid, clear, practical base, based on reality, actuality. Look into it. The other day somebody was asking, Swamiji, is the sex right or wrong? I told him, I am not ready to answer. I am saying this is what is there. It is reality, actuality. Every man or woman has the emotions, feelings, experiences, engrams, expressions related to sex. What can we do about it further? Let us analyze. You can't say whether it is right or wrong. Branding is not going to solve. Judging is not going to solve. It is there. It is reality. How can you work about it? If you are interested in expressing it, sharing it with other person, there is a way of life. Science, the end training, the training for it. Then entertainment in it. Then enlightenment through it. If you are interested, no, I am not interested in living with other person, I am a guy who want to live aloof, I am that kind of person. Then again, there is a science for you, entraining. And there is a way to entertain yourself, with yourself, in the extraordinary joy of meditation. listen, go on deciding for life, and know when you need to change. Even your change will automatically happen when you decide for life. For example, if you decide for wealth, thinking that is life, after some time you will realize much more than wealth, there is something in you which is more important for life. You will start deciding for that. That may be health. And after some time, you will realize more than health, something more important exists in you, that is life, that is enlightenment. So ultimately, if you go on deciding for life, you will decide for living Advaita. But when you believe money is life, don't decide for living Advaita. Then you will be hypocritical. When you believe money is life, decide for money. When you realize health is life, decide for health. When you realize enlightenment is life, decide for enlightenment. When you realize everything is life, decide for everything. You will have energy to have everything. Money, health, enlightenment, everything. Deciding for life consciously in every step makes you free from all the karma. What is karma? Karma is nothing but your decisions against life sitting in you and harassing you, putting you in incompletion. Your decisions against life, which sits in you and puts you in incompletion, is karma. Is karma. Your decision for life liberates you from all karmas, all fears, all negativity. Evam tvayinanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. There is no other way by which a man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. Listen. How much ever you hear all these things, you need to sit and internalize. That is why again and again I insist, come here, experience inner awakening. Experience completion. You will see this whole truth, deciding for life, will become your very core cognition. Kuruvan neveha karmani jijivishechadagum samaha evam tvayinanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. Understand? There is no other way by which a man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. This is the only way you can free yourself from all your past karma. Now decide for life, work for life. I tell you. People ask me, Swamiji, in the past I have done a lot of violence. I have eaten all the animals. I have killed so many animals. I have harassed so many people. How can I get rid of the karma? The only way, Upanishad says, decide for life. Enriching is the greatest decision for life you will take. When you enrich somebody with wealth, your karma, your decision against wealth, your karma related wealth will go away. You will be free. When you enrich somebody with food, your karma, your decision against food, that will go away. You will be free from it. When you enrich somebody with a spiritual knowledge and enlightenment, all your past karma, decisions against life, bondage created by all the past deeds, all the karma will go away. You will be free from all the karmas. You will become a Jivan Mukta. You will live Advaita. Kuruvanneveka karmani jijivishechadaggu samaha evam tvayinanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. Na karma lipyate nare. Learning to decide for life. Learning to decide for life. The more and more decisions you take for life, more and more you become healthy, you become wealthy, you become awakened, you become enlightened, you become being, living Advaita. I can say this is the essence of Hinduism, Vedic tradition. This is the essence of Vedic tradition. Decide for life. And when you decide Dharma is your life, when you feel Dharma is your life, decide for it. If you feel Artha is your life, decide for it. If you feel Kama is your life, decide for it. If you feel Moksha is your life, decide for it. If you feel all the four are your life, decide for it. Deciding for life liberates you from all the bondages, karma. I tell you, every problem you face is your decision taken in the past. Every obstacle you face in your life is your decision you took in the past, knowingly or unknowingly. You can decide now strongly for life. You will see everything, all the best things of life expressing itself. All the best things of life radiating itself. Upanishads are so clear. They are declaring there is no other way. Evam tvayi na anyatetosti na karma lipyate nare. If you want to be liberated From the karmas, there is no other way. There is no other way to be liberated from the karmas. There is no other way man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishecha daggum samaha evam tvayinanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. There is no other way by which a man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. Understand, if your decisions and actions have created certain bondage, only by deciding for life and acting, you will be free from those bondages. One more thing you need to know, even a laziness is an action by you out of your decision against life. So when you decide for life, the laziness, tiredness, boredom, hatred, anger, everything will melt down. Everything will be cleared. So, decide, listen, decide for life. Decide for life. Decide for life.
Nirvanic layer. It's a very subtle difference. This layer almost doesn't exist. Almost it's an Atman, but the last step. What is the way to explore this last step? What is the way to bring out the energy from this last step? What is the way to penetrate this last step?
Surrender.
Totally cutting yourself from the past. No evolution, only revolution. No evolution, only revolution. It is the moment when seed takes the decision to sprout. The seed is sprouting. The last moment, the seed will have agony. It is called dark night of the soul. The last moment, you take the decision to take the jump. You take the decision to go beyond. You take the decision with all your consciousness, with your whole energy to go beyond the body and mind, to drop all the old conditionings. Yesterday somebody was asking me, method to undo the whole thing. Can you make me again 7 years? This is the method. When you know all your whole things are conditioning, just read once more what you have written. Is the life worth living? Is this the life worth living? Just so much of desires in the out of blue, which has no base, and so much of sufferings, so much of guilt, so much of pain. Only one layer of joy, that also through the pain. Only one layer of joy, that also through the layers of pain. Look at the whole past. Actually, almost for everybody, I can say, the whole 100%, or anybody who says my past is gold, my past is golden. No. For everybody, past is more like a wound, which needs to be operated or thrown out from the being. when you decide consciously to drop the past, you actually can drop the past. Understand the few things. You can really drop the past. It is simply conditioning. When you understand it's a conditioning, can't you drop it? As long as you think it is you can't drop it. When you understand it is somebody else who has been forced on you, can we really drop it? It is simple conditioning. When you decide to drop, when you decide to stop, bring that book. You can simply very drop. You are going to drop. Anybody who doesn't want to drop and keep it can decide. No, it is option only. How can I decide for you to whether to drop or not? If anybody really feels like no, Swamiji, it is perfectly alright, I can carry on, I can decide.
So Swami, when you said drop, is it a psychological connection with drop?
Yes.
That's what
Psychological.
There's no emotion with how bad.
And simply when you psychologically drop, even physically the whole thing changes. It can be simply be dropped. Because when you share, you emotionally also drop. Open confession is called a great technique to cross the nirvanic body, to drop the conditionings. Have you heard of the story of Valmiki? Valmiki is a great saint, respected saint. One of the great epics of India is written by him. He is the author and he is a rishi. He underwent this open confession. He has done all sorts of criminal activities and all sorts of sins. At one time, the Narada encountered Valmiki and asked, "What are you doing? Do you know?" Valmiki told, "Oh, I am perfectly alright." Then Narada says, "None of your family people will share your sins. Go and ask." He goes and asks everybody. Nobody is ready to share his sins. Finally, he came and confesses everything to Narada. When he confessed, something has broken in him. Something has transformed his life. Something has touched him. Then Narada initiates him, blesses him. Then the hunter dies and Valmiki is born. I can say at least 20 to 30 masters have been created by this open confession. People who have confessed, they have grown out of the thing. People who have just kept it inside, they lived their own way. You attain the fruit of writing. You see, when you write, like this, many understandings descend on you. That is just for those understandings we make you write. You come upon so many new understandings, so many new dimensions. You see, if I would have taught him that these are all self-created, people will think, "Oh, Swami is making fun of our pains." But when you understand, it becomes a great understanding. So I create a situation in which you can understand. The understanding can happen to you. If I say ready-made solution, what do you think? Alright. Anyway, we will come these 2 days, let us listen what he says. But when it happens to you, the understanding, it stays with you permanently. It stays with you totally. It is all self-created. There is no right, no wrong in the existence. Only one thing which makes you totally blissful, not joyful. Which makes you blissful will make always others also blissful. That is what is right. That's all. There is no right, no wrong. Whenever it is joyful, it is different. When it is blissful, it will make others also blissful. If it makes you only blissful and others sorrow, then you understand it's a joyful, not blissful. It is only joy, not bliss. There is a subtle difference. Whatever makes you joyful, the path of Ananda, the path of bliss, that only is right. Simply live with bliss. That is the right thing. To come to these conclusions only, we are searching. That is what I wanted every conclusion to come from your side. I am churning the milk ocean. One side devil and the other side devas. Of course, not surely here.
I decided to spend with the right people and right team. Sat in the Paramashiva space, organized myself properly, built a right team, right space, started doing right work. Now, we already have not only Kailasa, the Hindu nation, we are already having many countries, diplomatic relationships and recognitions, multi-level recognitions. There are some countries recognized me as a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and given their highest honor, respect. There are some countries given even awards. Some countries have recognized the Kailasa nation, and some countries have recognized the persecution. Many of the international global bodies, including United Nations, many of the international entities, global entities, we have got multi-layer recognitions. The secret is only one. Listen. The secret is I decided to spend my time and space in right direction. That's all.
Yes, after this powerful revelation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on anything is possible, various ways Swamiji explained how the past stops you, and when you're free from those engrams, you can manifest. So now let's enter into the internalization exercise of anything is possible. We need to look in why we wrote the way we wrote our life, which is occurring now. Why we wrote the way it is happening to us now. Why we have put ourselves in this struggling patterns, in this struggling way of living.
A small story. Zen masters generally give personal guidance in a secluded room. No one enters when master and disciple are together. A Zen master used to enjoy talking with merchants and newspapermen, as well as with his pupils every day. Amongst his regular visitors was an illiterate potter who used to come and ask foolish questions of him. He will then have tea and go away. One day, while the potter was there, the master wanted to give personal guidance to a disciple, so he requested the potter to remain outside. The potter asked, "I understand you are a living Buddha." The potter asked, "You are a living Buddha. From the stone, Buddha never disallowed. Even the stone Buddha never disallowed the coming together of people before them. Why then should I be disallowed?" The master had to go outside to see his disciple.
The potter's question was of knowledge. He missed the learning from that moment. Masters impart learning every moment. If there is implicit oneness, the learning can be received. Now, the space of innocence, in the space of innocence, the learning happens. The potter's knowledge came in the way of absorbing the master. The children absorb everything and everyone around them like a sponge. There's nothing hindering the process as yet.
If you watch children's eyes, they will be clear and empty. This is why they are in bliss. As you grow up, your eyes become filled with knowledge. Then you may have sight, but not insight. Because you see through your eyes that are already filled with opinions, judgments, and beliefs. Your sight is no longer innocent, it is filtered and clouded. You see through the filter of your beliefs and conditioned memories. There is nothing new to learn from what you see because it becomes a repetition of your past memories. The learning is missed.
Now, being innocent is like functioning from your very consciousness. It is thoughtless awareness until you function from your mind. If you just sit and watch the source of every thought that arises in you, you will soon drop all the thoughts and go back to the thoughtless awareness that you had as a child. Thoughtless awareness is innocence, but this time it will be innocence of maturity because you have gone through the process.
So now just sit for a few moments. Sit by yourself and calmly go into your innocence. Feel the innocence in you. Feel the purity in you. Feel the overflowing from within you. Let it spread through your body, mind, and being. Feel how beautiful you are in your innocence. So let's do this meditation for a few minutes. Let's start. Yes, you can all now relax, bringing your awareness back to your body, your surroundings. You can open your eyes if they were closed. Yes. So now we will move to the next segment. It is again going to be a video by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as he will be guiding us and taking us into further, deeper understanding on the topic transcend through the body. So let's watch.
Mahadeva is teaching. So understand the essence of this technique. The essence of this sutra is toss attachment for body aside, realizing I am everywhere. And one who is everywhere is joyous. One who is everywhere, a small story. One lady, she is working in the circus. She is a lion tamer. She just plays with the lion. Whatever she says, the lion does. The whole audience group was shouting, applauding what she was doing. Actually, she kept a small sugar cake on her tongue. Lion came and just picked up that cake and went. It just comes, picks up just that sugar cake and goes. It is too much. And the lion obeys her command just so obediently. It was just surprising. All the fellows are applauding in the audience. One guy was sitting very straight, very silent. Okay, kind of a look. She looks at him and says, "What do you think? You think you can do this?" He says, "Surely, when lion can do, why not me?" Understand? He says he can do, but from the wrong side. When lion can do, why not me? Whenever your mind brings hope, from right side or wrong side, it continuously brings hope. Bringing hope is the way your mind possesses you and keeps itself alive. Here, Mahadeva says, thinking nothing. Actually, if you do this, if you try this, it's again, I can say, Ananda Sutra. It is not Nitya Sutra. You don't have to internalize and do something. No. You have to only remember. Means allow it. Continuously every time. Between every two thoughts, you come back to that nothing. Just see every thought happening in you. In that gap, you come back to the nothing. Then again something, then come back to nothing, again something, then come back to nothing, again something. It goes on and on and on. All you need to do is, now you mother the thinking so much, that gap, that nothing became too short. Understand? If you are thinking for 1 second, you come back to no thinking for 1 second. If you are again thinking for 1 second, you come back to no thinking for 1 second. Between every thought, you come back to your center. Thoughts are not moving horizontally. They are happening vertically. Means, here is your base. Every time you come back to your center. From here only you start and come back. Then start, come back. Means every time you come back to nothing. Come back to nothing. Understand? Be very clear. between every thinking, you are coming back to nothing. This clarity is enough. Now you will start giving importance to that nothing. All you need to do is shift the importance to nothing. As on now, your importance is always to the thinking. Now shift the importance to nothing. Just see. Yes, there was a gap. Yes, there was a gap. Yes, there was a gap. Be aware, remember that nothingness, that gap, which happens between every thought. Now, as on now, you always remember the thought and forget about the gap. Just shift the attention. Shift the attention to the gap and forget about the thought. Then naturally you will not allow the further and further of expansion of thinking. You will be centered on that nothing. Understand? When Mahadeva says, think of nothing, do not think it is impossible. If it was impossible, Mahadeva doesn't have to tell. If it is impractical, he will never talk. One thing, this technique is for a person who is really evolved, who has really evolved, who has really seen sometimes at least few moments of silence in himself. Maybe if 100 persons try this technique, only one or two it will click. I am talking about it so that it will be on record. It will be on record, and with whoever it clicks, let it click. Thinking of nothing is what I call choiceless awareness. A pure, choiceless, simple awareness. Neither thinking of past or future or even the present. Just changing, shifting your attention to the gap, shifting your attention to the nothing. That is the essence of this sutra. Mahadeva says, shift your attention to nothing. Suddenly you will see, you will become unlimited self. You will become unlimited being. Shifting the gap to the nothing. You do not have to do anything except a simple attention shift. Simple attention shift. Usually, your attention will be always on the thought, because thought is so enchanting. Every thought which rises in you is so promising. It is giving you so many different kinds of promises. It says, I'll do this, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Come on, chalo, do this. Let us have that, have this. Worse than the election promises from politicians. Even that one or two by mistake it may get fulfilled. But this never ever can get fulfilled. Think of nothing. I have seen poor guys sometimes, they will get connected or feel connected with the master, but they are filled so much with these thoughts and they are so mesmerizing, so enchanting, they can't stay with the master, and mind will create all possible difficulties and problems. Actually, the original fight is not between you and your mind, it is between me and your mind. The original fight is between me and your mind, not between you and your mind. You are not that intelligent or powerful to fight with your mind. Your mind only takes your support once in a while. It asks for your support. Please stand for me. And as long as you don't stand for your mind, that is enough, else I will take care. Only when you stand for your mind, I can't do anything, because dharmically, we have an ethics. Enlightened masters do have ethics. We have code of conduct. We will not interfere into the freedom of somebody who does not want enlightenment. We will not interfere in your freedom the moment you consciously decide to support your mind. Actually, the fight is between me and your mind. Which side you want to stand, that side will win. That's all. As long as you stand for my side, I can continue the fight on behalf of you. Only when you give the power of attorney to me.
Be very clear. Sometime in the hurry, you don't know what you are doing. And that is what you claim as courage. When the hormonal pressure is little more than your intelligence or logic, you do something which you claim as courage. That's all. Otherwise, except a man who has experienced this neutral zone, nobody can talk about courage. The real courage is to let go your identity, which you think as you. To relax from the identity, which you again and again associate as you. Whether your money or your relationship, whatever you think as your power, whatever gives you the power as on now, the source for inspiration or the source for power is only the matter. Your bank balance, your house, your relationships, your car or whatever you think as yours. Your education, the I and mind, you derive inspiration from the I and mind, fear and greed, your wealth and relationships. Let it be very clear, if you are deriving inspiration, if your fear and greed or your properties, your identity is the source of inspiration for you means, let it be very clear, you are not too far away from depression. Because how long greed will be alive? How long fear will be alive? The greed will disappear the moment you have that product. Or if you understand that you can't have it. If you achieve or understand you can't have, both the time the greed will disappear. Then you don't have any source of inspiration. You don't have anything which makes you run. You don't have anything which brings you to life. Same way with fear. If your identity is based on society, be very clear, you are nothing more than a puppet. Big problem is, at least in puppet show, puppets are handled by one man. In your show, you are handled by thousands of people. Any single man can put you into depression. One word is enough. You are already in depression. If somebody asks, are you mad? You shout and prove you are mad. Somebody asks, are you mad? You shout and prove that, yes, I am. I always tell people, if you don't open your mouth, people may suspect you are a fool. If you open, you will confirm it. And if your identity is based on the outer world, you will not feel comfortable in that neutral zone. Person who feels comfortable in the neutral zone will be constantly rejuvenated. That is what I call eternal bliss. Constantly you will be energized. Understand? It's like every moment you are sent to a high plane. Every moment you are high. I just wanted to name this lecture, get high on air. Get high on prana. Every moment, if you start feeling comfortable with the neutral zone, every moment you get high on prana. Prana means the life source, the life force, the energy or the consciousness which is the base
for your existence. Let it be very clear, the word prana does not mean air. In Sanskrit, the prana has got deeper meaning. It is not simply air, it's like air. Air is a product delivered from the outer world. Prana is the energy which you receive from the product. Prana is the energy. It's like a lorry is coming into your house and delivering some parcel and going away. The lorry is air and the parcel is prana. What is directly useful or what is directly the energy, base of your consciousness is what only is called as prana. If you can be comfortable in that neutral zone, be very clear, again and again you will be infused with energy, because that is the energy zone. That neutral zone is what I call Shiva consciousness, eternal consciousness, bliss space, Anandagandha, or whatever, Samadhi, Satori, whatever names you call, God, the neutral zone only is given different names. If you can be comfortable in that neutral zone, every moment, again and again, you will be rejuvenated, flooded with energy. In this lower neutral zone, when the incoming takes outgoing turn, you are flooded with energy. When the outgoing takes the turn of incoming, you are flooded with intelligence. Please understand, as I was telling you yesterday, incoming is life, outgoing is death. Incoming breath is life, outgoing breath is death. This is the lifeline and this is death. With the life, you are flooded with energy. With the death, you are flooded with intelligence. If you are unaware, you will miss the energy and miss the intelligence. Every death teaches you. Every death. One more thing, when I use the word death, I don't mean only the physical death. If you lose some money, suddenly you lose $1 million. Some part of your being is dying. That is why you feel so much of pain. Your identity as a millionaire is dying. Same way, even if you don't have good relationship with your parents, if they die, suddenly you feel emptiness, the pain. I have always seen in India, as long as parents are alive, these guys will not even give little water. They won't take care of them. The moment they are dead, they will have beautiful big photograph and put all kinds of food and seeds in front of that photograph and do aarti. There is a nice one-liner I read. As long as the grandfather is alive, he lived only in the outhouse. The moment he is dead, he is allowed inside the house as a photograph. His photograph will stay in the main hall, but he has to stay in the outhouse. You don't feel, even when they are alive, you don't feel so connected to them. But when they are dead, you feel the emptiness, because something in you is dying. With every incident, something in you is dying. If you can be aware, if you are aware of that moment, you will receive intelligence. Every incident teaches you. Be very clear. Every incident in life teaches you something. If you are aware, you learn the lesson, or you miss it. Then again the life has to teach you. But till you learn, life is not going to leave you. Be very clear. A small story. A singer was trying to satisfy the audience. He started singing, maybe some Carnatic music, something. After he finished, the whole group, all the audience, they shouted, once more. Again he started. After he finished, again the audience shouted, once more. Because when you speak, oh God, people are enjoying. And it went on and on 5 times. Then he slowly started suspecting, what is happening? And after the 6th time, again people started shouting, once more, once more. He asked, why? You are all really enjoying this song. He said, no. Till you do properly, we are not going to leave you. Till you do at least once properly, we are not going to leave you. Be very clear, till you learn the lesson, life is not going to leave you. If you are aware of the death and birth gap, you will be aware when you lose something, when life teaches you something. You will be awakened to intelligence. Let me explain once more. This technique does not mean you will only sit for half an hour and watch the breath incoming and outgoing, or outgoing taking turn into incoming. Please understand, it is not just half an hour technique. You will sit with eyes closed. You will observe the incoming breath taking outgoing breath taking incoming breath. That is the way to start, but that is not the complete technique. When I say be aware of incoming breath taking turn as outgoing breath, and outgoing breath taking turn as incoming breath, I mean be aware when you are flooded with energy and intelligence. When you are given life, sometimes even a single desire can bring life to you. You can see you are lying in the bed the weekend. You don't feel like getting out of the bed. Suddenly you remember some friend, somebody's name, or you just wanted to meet him. A single thought, your whole body is alive. You are out of the bed. You just wanted to run. When you are flooded with energy, be aware. That is happening in this neutral zone only. Same way, when you are flooded with intelligence, when something is taken away from you, you are flooded with intelligence. When if you are losing something, if something is lost, immediately you are given some message, some understanding about the life. Be aware when you are flooded with intelligence. This is intelligence neutral zone. This is energy neutral zone.
If you are trying to unclutch from one thought at a time, it's beautiful. Trying to unclutch from two thoughts at a time means thinking that how will I unclutch if that happens? That is where difficulty starts. Trying to unclutch from two thoughts at a time, you are caught. Trying to clutch with the two thoughts at a time, again you are caught. Means if you experience a glimpse of joy, relaxed mood, now you are trying to clutch with it. You wanted that to be permanent. Now you are caught. Means you are trying to clutch with two moments. Am I right? If you want the joy to be continued for next moment also, it means what? You are trying to catch that for one more moment. You are caught. Over. Greed. Done. Your life is gone. Same way, if you are trying to unclutch from two moments, means if you are unclutching from this moment, okay. Then you are thinking, if that happens, how will I unclutch? Gone. So you understand? These are the basic sutras. These are the basic understanding which you need to understand. These very few understandings will completely shake you. This is what I call Brahmopradesam. Means getting empowered by truth. What is exactly your difficulty? When a relaxed, blissful, unclutching joy happens in you, you are trying to catch that, clutch with that for two moments. Am I right? All of you understand? You wanted that to continue. Am I right? You wanted that to be there with you permanently. It means what? You are trying to clutch yourself with many movements at a time. Then, gone. Shaft is created. Over. It will disappear. Same way unclutching. Whenever you are unclutching from something, you have a thought, now I am unclutching, but if stronger thought comes, what will I do? Or if more emotion comes, what will I do? For example, depression. First thought, now I am able to unclutch, but will this depression take me away? Will I forget unclutching? Will I start suffering with this depression? What will happen if this depression takes me over? Then you are gone. Then you are over, done. Understand? Unclutch from every single moment. Are clutched with every single moment. Do not unclutch with 2 moments. Do not unclutch with 2 thoughts. Neither clutching nor unclutching should be done with 2 moments or 2 thoughts. You are done. For enlightenment, all you need is unclutch from 1 thought. Now, can anybody say that I don't know how to unclutch from 1 thought? Anybody who feels I don't know how to unclutch from 1 thought? No. All of you know how to unclutch from 1 thought. It means what? You are enlightened.
Only for that moment.
Enlightenment will happen only for every moment. Understand? Be very clear. I am not permanently enlightened. I am eternally enlightened, but not permanently enlightened. There is a big difference between permanent and eternal. Understand? There is a big difference between permanent and eternal. Permanent means past, present, future put together. Eternal means no past, no future, only present. Because there is no past, no future, no present. Eternal means beyond time. Permanent means all time. I am not enlightened all time. I am enlightened beyond time. Understand? This is a very important thing you need to understand. I am not permanently enlightened. Be very clear. I am eternally enlightened. Enlightenment happens every moment. Every moment. Every moment. Understand? When I tell you that I became enlightened on January 1st, 2000, it does not mean something has suddenly happened in me. I just decided from today I will live my enlightenment. I promise you. This is the truth. I just decided today is my birthday. I think I did all my foolishness enough. From today, I am going to live my enlightenment. That's all. Just desire, nothing else. Understand these 2 things. For enlightenment, all you need is unclutching from 1 thought. One more thing, even I can't unclutch from 2 thoughts. If I try to unclutch from 2 thoughts, I lose my enlightenment. Fortunately, I don't try. Fortunately, I became intelligent, so I am not trying. If I try to be unclutched from 2 thoughts, I am lost. I am lost.
Unclutched way, go on performing is the only way you will achieve the ultimate. Paramapnodi Purushaha. Bhagavan is giving the reference of Janaka, his father-in-law in the earlier birth. Janaka was father-in-law of Sri Rama. Janaka's adopted daughter was given in marriage to Sri Ramachandra, Sita. Sita is adopted daughter of Janaka. Bhagavan is mentioning, referring to Janaka, saying that even the people like Janaka achieved the supreme Paramapnodi, which can be achieved by human beings by the unclutched performance. So let the unclutched performance be the center of your life. Not only we should protest the ban on Bhagavad Gita, we should also take the responsibility of spreading the Bhagavad Gita. Spreading Bhagavad Gita means spread this one truth, unclutched performance. Go on performing, you need to catch. Don't avoid becoming a leader. Don't escape from the leadership responsibility. Bhagavan says very clearly, go on performing in unclutched way. Whenever you try to become preeminent in a team or in an institution or in a society or in a state or in a country, learn this truth. Now you are responsible for the whole team or the group for which you are trying to become preeminent, because your behavior is going to be the trendsetter. Your behavior is going to be the scale. Bhagavan is using a word, pramanam, the scale, and that becomes a standard for the people. This should be the important lesson for all the people who are leaders and who are trying to become leaders. Now, your body, your mind cannot express anymore your ordinary, mundane, personal, vested interest, actions and desires. It is already now sacrificed. See, the moment you try to become a leader for 10 people, your body, your mind, your behavior is sacrificed to the 10 people. Now, whatever is good for the 10 people, that trend only has to be set through your body and mind. Same way, if you are trying to become a leader for a state, now your whole body and mind is sacrificed to that state. Now, only whatever trend your body and mind need to set for the whole state, only that can express through your body and mind. Responsibility is supposed to fill your body and mind. It cannot go with its own vested interests. There are different rules, regulations, ethics for a person when he is in different standards of life. When he is an ordinary man, Shudra, where nobody else is following him, he is just a follower by himself to somebody else. He has no responsibility. He can do 10 bad things and one good thing if he does, that's enough. That itself he gets the credit. But when you are a preeminent person, as Bhagavan describes here, when you are trying to be a leader for some group or for some team or for some state or for some country or for anybody, even if you do 1,000 good actions, that does not give you the right to do one bad action. For example, some devotee gives me one meal. For that itself he is blessed. He is a follower. One good food he gave, he is blessed forever. But the person who is taking care of me, he cannot say, I gave 1000 good meal to Swamiji, so only one poisonous meal I gave. You have no right. All the good actions you did does not give you the right to do bad actions. All the good actions you do does not give any right for you to do bad actions.
The truths, ideas, words, which brings you out of the tiredness, which brings you out of that low mood, which brings you out of that depression, gives you the energy, confidence, life. Those truths only I call as Shastra Shastras, knowledge weapons. Truths which brings you out of depression, low mood, and adds self-healing energy and confidence, life into you is called Shastra Shastras. The truths which not only brings you out of the depression, destroys the source of depression once for all, is called mantra. Understand? The mantra word has two meanings. Man trayate idi mantraha. The words which shows path for human beings is mantra. The truths not only brings you out of depression, once for all breaks the source of depression in you, is called mantra. Any mantra, if it comes from the enlightened, experienced inner space, you do not know why, how, what. Suddenly you see it is true. It clicks. Even though one part of your logic continues to fight, because if you accept the truth and start expressing in your life, many of the things, your vested interests, many things which you thought as life is at stake. That part may continue to fight, but the main, your being, your core will have that click. I know what he is talking is truth. Maybe too strong for me. Maybe if I start living it, too many things are at stake. These all can be a confusion or disturbance, doubt in the corner of your mind, corner of your heart, corner of your being, but the very core feels connected. If that happens to you, it is called initiation. Truth, when it comes out of an enlightened inner space and clicks, that's the right word I have to use. It won't be any. If you analyze, how could he convince me about such great thing and such a wonderful thing? You yourself will feel, how did I get convinced? You don't know. But suddenly your heart feels connected to the words which he is uttering, the truth which he is expressing. That connection, that click is what I call initiation. Please get ready for initiation. Today we are going to enter into initiation. I am trying to express some truths. Understand? Yesterday whatever I added is Shastra Shastra, knowledge weapons. It can bring you out of depression. It can bring you out of low mood. It can bring you out of that dull feeling to an inspiring, healing mood, energetic feeling. But today, what I am trying to share can break the very core of depression, what we call
Yes. So, with this, we will now be closing today's day of Paramashivoham. Tomorrow again, we have a lot of exciting sessions with various powerful cognitions, initiations, power manifestation sessions, all of them dealing with another aspect of life. And again, tomorrow we'll be starting with Kailasa's Nityananda Yoga, the intense 3-hour session. We invite all the participants to be there on time for an intense session so that you can be prepared for the entire day, the intense day of Paramashivoham. So let's now close the session with the Purna Mantra, holding our hands in the Anmatri Mudra. Let's chant. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashivapadakarpanamastu Om Nityanandam. Thank you. Nityananda.
Paramashivoham.